Hello friends, welcome back again to my channel. This is ViniYogi from Christchurch. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is in continuity with my previous video where I was telling you that New Zealand is pretty very good and awesome country to live in and for migration. Now the challenge is some of the people they have having negative thoughts about that oh Yogi is just telling only the positive things. Yes, I'm 100% betting this that I only provide you the positive information and I'm just far away from all the negativity. Yeah, and I want to motivate each of you. If you have any program to migration, whether it is New Zealand, Australia, or Canada, English speaking country, or any other country in Europe, please feel free to ask the question so that you can clear your doubts. I noticed these days, every blogger wants to promote their information and strategies related to the visa. Sometimes they are correct, sometimes they are incorrect actually, because most of them they never visited those countries. Because I have been personal experience within around like 30 countries where I have personally visited there, meet the people, know the country culture. There are different agents as well. I just go and personally meet a proper professional legal advisor and immigration consultant, then study consultant. Then there, the information which I share in my videos is based upon my personal real experience. And if you want any information regarding a authentic agent or any like an immigration consultant, please feel free to ask me and I can share you direct their numbers and you can speak to them directly. Because I know these days agents do a lot of scam. So to find a authentic agent and a immigration lawyer, it is not a easy task. Yeah, and to find out a recruitment consultant is also not very easy, so that you can get a job offer from overseas. Coming back to the main video question, before that we start video, please, if you didn't subscribe my channel, just please subscribe it so that you can get all that necessary information, not only New Zealand but all over around the world, what is happening in the immigration. And you can also contact me on Bigo, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I will provide you my profile link in the description inbox. So let's start this video. So in 2023, the scenario for New Zealand is very very positive. So don't feel negative from the rumor, people create a rumor about any specific country. I have been based at here almost more than 10 years now in New Zealand. So, and there are a couple of changing happening every 6 months. I agree with that. Immigration is literally trying to make it hard, but despite that, there are still a lot of opportunities available for the low skilled worker, specifically in healthcare sector, in the farming industry, and in the hospitality specifically, because New Zealand is still struggling with hospitality workers. These profiles are low skilled category, so one cannot um, file their residency in low skilled category. But of course you can come on a work visa, you can come on a study visa, and with your study visa you have a working rights with part-time and full-time in during your examination vacations. So after completing your studies, you can still have 1 year or 1 year to 3 years, depends upon your education. You still get a job search visa where you don't need any sponsorship. So why I'm telling that New Zealand is pretty awesome despite you have a low skilled profile, because once you're coming on a study visa, or you come on a low skilled visa, just like for example I just give in the last video as well, if you're coming on a farming visa, or a fishery or a meat factory, just like a butcher, which is a low skilled category, so you can get entry into the job and you can work there for 1 year, either on a study visa or on a job search visa, or you can also get a sponsorship in that category but as a low skilled worker. So in low skilled worker definition is as per current New Zealand system in 2023, they make it clear a low skilled worker, they will still approve the visa, but it will be maximum for 3 years. So that means even if you are a low skilled worker, as it like driver, or like a hospitality worker, cafeteria worker, or farm worker, or meat processor worker, or a factory worker, you can still enjoy work rights for 3 years. You can still remain in the country for 3 years. You can still renew your visa for 3 years. So that's a pretty like positive feedback from immigration. So the people who are saying negative about New Zealand, I totally disagree with them. So once you come in a low skilled category, but there are chances to become a mid skilled category. So for example, you come on a low skilled worker visa or a study visa, but you have like 3 years. So within 3 years you can prove your worth. You can convince your employer, hey, I have right skill set, I need to be promotion, like I need to be promoted. You become a supervisor or you become an assistant manager. So these supervisor and assistant manager salaries are very very high. Say another example I give you, a assistant manager in a farming industry earns around $90,000 to like $120,000, depends upon their experience. There are beef industries, they are like milking the cows, there are like picking the fruits. So these are like high skilled category jobs, but one has to prove their worth. So if someone is saying on like YouTube as a vlogger, he never visited New Zealand and he says negative about New Zealand, I totally disagree with that. So that that's the reality actually. Yes, this is the fact. New Zealand is changing their rules and regulations very frequently, but that's not like that cannot stop you to migrate actually. So if you are a skilled worker, like just check the green list actually. So in green list, what is happening, they added all the engineers, like whether it is an electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, civil engineering, all the engineers are in the short skill list now. So if you are an engineer, you are welcome to New Zealand. Just go and enter in any visa, and you just need like 2 to 3 years. You have to be patient, and then you can settle yourself and bring your family here as well. That's my positive thoughts about like New Zealand. Second thing, nurses and doctors are also in the very high demand, and the teachers. So recently I got a follower from India, and like they are looking for their studies in New Zealand for their daughter, and they were suspicious. They deal with a education consultant who is having around like 30 years of experience, and that guy was telling like hey, New Zealand is not pretty safe. I 100% disagree with that fellow, because New Zealand has added teachers in their green list, and for coming 5 to 10 years, New Zealand is not going to fulfill their teachers requirement. So New Zealand is pretty good for if you are coming on a early childhood course, or you are working as a teacher, or you come on a like teaching work visa. So it's pretty 100% good for you. You can file your residency. The salaries are very high. Once you complete your qualification, the minimum salary starting from like $32 to $35. Company gives you car and like working from home facilities. You have to visit to the clients as well if you a traveling lover actually. So there are a lot of opportunities available in teaching industry as well. So if you have any questions on this immigration side, please feel free to ask questions in the comment section, and I'm also accessible through WhatsApp. So if you want to connect me, please feel free to ask questions. Don't create your doubts by just watching the other person's videos. They talking positive, they talking negative, but if you have any doubts, your friend is here to guide you properly. Thank you so much, and you guys have a wonderful day.